or something.
5:34.
34, okay. All right, so you're live. Okay. Welcome to the Parks Board meeting for May the 5th, 2025. It's starting the meeting at 5:34. First order of business is approval of minutes.
Motion to approve the minutes.
Second. Yes, a motion to,
Any discussion?
any discussion? Yeah, any discussion?
Mm-mm.
Get consent and just call for
Okay.
consensus.
Okay, all in favor?
favor.
Approval of the minutes? Aye.
Any
Okay.
opposed?
Opposed?
Just go for the motion. Yeah, okay, thank you.
Okay. Next order of business, visitors and petitioners, please. No, okay, pass, okay, okay.
Well, somebody might,
Yeah,
somebody
you
might
might be.
actually have something and we don't want to just assume you're here to listen. Yeah,
All righty. John, I guess it's old business next.
okay.
All right, just to let you know on the budget. Generator has been delivered to Civic Center. We're in the process of getting it hooked up, so it finally came in, took lead time on that, just kept getting further and further out. They've been having trouble getting it in, so they finally did get it in, so. Let's see here, what else we got going? The TAP fund, the TAP program, all they lack is putting the fencing in to finish up there. Right now, we're at 774,000 for that project. We were receiving over 400,000 in reimbursement. Which leaves our match, and then they added funding for a full-time inspector, which the feds added 7 years after the grant was started. We didn't utilize any of the walking trail improvement funds that we had. That will be carried over. We'll go over that in just a minute. Also, pickleball courts, we've used 100,000 of the 375. The other 275 has been rolled over into this year's budget. That's coming budget. Paving, the contract for paving in Old Park, which is finishing everything that hadn't been paved, which is basically that West Road entrance, a new entrance. It was paved, and then everything else from is going to get paved, including the parking lot. So we've got money to do that and money to do the gravel portion of the walking trail down here that goes through the pergola. So we'll finish those up in this year's budget. That'll be about 150,000 out of that 100, or that 200,000. Also the park bathroom, of course, that was finished up and it came in under budget.
And it was so good. I had some friends that they aren't from Calvert and they were like, your parks are amazing. And that we were in that bathroom because they walked in, they're like, wow. Oh, so it looks really good.
Good. The
I think that's it as far as this year. So most all the projects, we didn't get of course, the walking trail, which we have added the monies back in. That'll be in, well, that's old business too, because we've already done that. David was here for the meeting. Everything that was asked for was approved in the first reading, okay?
sounds good.
Included in our capital projects for this coming year. We have walking trail improvements with the Land and Water Conservation Fund. The Land and Water Conservation Fund, if we get that grant, then the grant will take care of almost 50% of the other. We'll have what we should have would be about 7,000 to complete that project, and that's the walking trail from Railroad Avenue all the way down to Fifth, not outside. If we don't get the Land and Water Conservation Fund, then the other grant, which is a supplemental grant, is not available for us.
Right.
So we'll just have to keep.
How long do you have to wait to find out, then.
We should hear something after the first of the new fiscal year. Um. Lighting upgrades for fields 1 and 2. They were approved. We're talking about doing the LEDs in place of the metal halide. And doing that, let's see here. They're gonna fall within budget of 50,000. Batting ball field fencing for Old Park Field down there. The money we've got, 40,000 should cover it. Pickleball, again, we rolled over to 275 because that project, the contract went until August the 5th. Okay. Outdoor fitness equipment, we've got 80,000 in the budget for that. That puts in a functional fitness setup, which uses body weight and that resistance from angles. It's the ground, that's full price for everything. And so it gives you the chin ups, the sit ups, all that kind of stuff. They won't have, the only moving parts it'll have be some ropes. They got some ropes to climb and some rings or something on there that you can utilize if you so choose. It will be installed just south along the walking trail, but just south of the, oh, listen, you up. Just south of,
You can't tell him that, cause I'm always like, south, over there, south. Right there. Brad told him that I don't know my direction.
Oh.
I mean, I can't if I'm at home. I'm like, let's go back to my house and figure this out.
this side of the pickleball courts.
Yes, thank
And on
you.
that side of the walking trail. How about that? All right.
Oh, gosh.
All right, so, but anyway, that'll
Yeah.
go there. There'll be enough distance that it's not gonna interfere with if they have some kind of event where they
Yeah,
got stuff that goes around it.
Okay.
And the other, where was this? Oh, yeah, paving for Doctor's Park. We've got 150,000 in there to do that project. That's gonna take everything out. They can take it down, do the drainage.
Is it wider too, or is that not?
I don't see it being
Okay.
wider, but what will happen is it'll actually be lowered so the water can sheet flow off of it. You don't have it backing into the buildings because it's too high.
We'll have to fix that little bit of gravel in the back corner too.
Which corner are we talking about?
The back of the baseball field, if you're going around that way, there's a little weird pocket of gravel that gets gravel all over that road. So if you're biking through there or whatever, there's loose gravel all in the back of the park.
Trying to think which one that we're talking about.
Straight back behind if you go back from the pergola.
Got convalescent center in there. In that corner.
No, you're talking about the,
I'm down at Memorial.
Oh, okay,
Old Park,
okay.
Sorry, Old Park, yeah.
yeah, that area, well, that down there, oh, you're talking about that one off to the side. See, that's all that is designed for is, I know what you're saying. It goes in off the parking lot and it goes over to the amphitheater.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah,
So that's just supposed to be a service access.
okay,
And that's not included in this one.
okay.
But the next thing is, and that's the lighting. We have lighting that's gonna put in lights around where we've paved. Plus it'll come from the pavilion up the hill to Fifth Avenue.
Okay.
So. Gonna have 3 on that hill going up to Fifth Avenue, and I should have 6 total units around the outside of that.
It'll look good.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
The hill needs it.
Detention basin beautification, 25,000. We have already ordered catch basins. The drains that come underneath Cedar Street, I don't know why they didn't put a basin in there to begin with. Because there's not that much water to catch from the surface water, but we still need to catch it. But it also goes through and goes out. Well, it's just a deep hole there that goes through. So we're gonna put a basin in there to connect them and have a surface catch on it. So we're gonna do that. That's only gonna cost us about $3,500. So it shouldn't be too bad to do that. And then the other thing is a unisex ADA single bathroom at the tennis court. We'll put one in down there. And it's not gonna be anything ultra fancy. It will be, it will have a unit in it. But it'll be just a single ADA setup. Cause we have water and sewer at that location already, so it's the easiest way to do
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Cinder block walls, the doors and stuff over the asphalt shingle roof. I mean, it won't be ugly, but it won't be the.
Keep you running across the street to the other park
Yeah.
though, yeah, keep
Yeah.
you from running across the street or something.
And so. I think that's it. You guys had the largest chunk of, projects. Short of paving. We're looking at Shark Cow has to be done. And plant cutoff roads, those are two roads are. Industrial roads, once we've got those out of the way, then we can get back on our residential paving again. So, but yeah.
Yeah, they've been rough.
Now, I will throw in there should be enough money in there somewhere to get a volleyball set
Where did that come from?
for somebody.
None of the Davids, none of the Jeffs. Oh, God.
He's been talking about volleyball.
So, but, just so you know,
Hope that we could find a little money to get, I mean, it's not that expensive, is it?
well, I think that won't be a problem.
All right, thank
So,
you.
well,
Yeah.
I can mark it off my list.
that will go on the far side of the pickleball courts. There's enough ground over there that we can sit that in. I think it's a 30 by
East
60
side.
court. We can fit that in there
Awesome.
without it being intrusive. And it's gonna be
Yeah.
grass court. It won't be,
Okay.
it won't be sand or anything like that. We had a sand court once before, it was taken out because people kept breaking glass in the sand,
Yeah, it's not good.
so. Let's see.
I've been picking up a lot of broke glass in the park.
Oh, really?
That's not good.
I had to call for the basketball courts that are not, obviously I have a broom thing to clean up there, and then I had to call that they're not, there was a bunch broke under the benches at Memorial Park. And they're kicking it into the hostas,
Baseball's back again.
so I don't know, I was like, what can we do to?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
broke
maybe
it?
some
There's
sign,
a
I don't
brooms
know,
that we
yeah.
got sitting here. or
Those
something.
garbage cans beside.
Yeah, there's
so-
literally garbage in there, but
It's one of those things you just, some people are just, it doesn't matter what you do, they're gonna do what they're gonna do.
yeah.
Any questions about this year's budget or next year's budget? Okay, that went, it's like I said, that's gone well. Just a follow-up on the paving project. Those are supposed to be done before the 4th of July, before the end of June.
Oh, wow.
So that was the whole thing. I told them, if I can't be done by June, then we'll just throw this off, because I didn't want it messed up while we we're down there having the celebration. So, and I'll have the guys look at the batting cage, and if nothing else, I may just go ahead and have him shut it down for the time being until we can get that netting fixed.
Like I said, wraps up old business. Is there any new business then? Once and twice.
This is kind of still open, but the Gaga Ball, did we hear back from them? Do we have a plan
I
for
haven't
that?
heard from him yet.
Okay.
No,
All right,
but yeah, the location, and everything, we got a
Set,
plan
yeah.
for that, yeah. And it will go up in the area that will be this side of the playground. All right,
that is so clear. So.
so,
clear.
but yeah, but that
I like
way
how
it
he
will
had to
be,
turn too. He's like, can we?
it'll be between the pavilion and the playground.
Yeah,
And
yeah, that's a good
Just
spot.
a little bit north of the, fountain.
Mhm.
And that still gives us room to put an additional piece in there that we can all throw in, because eventually, like I said, we're still looking at that. That's the area for the all-inclusive area, playground area. So, once we've got some of this other stuff and these trails that caught up, then I would suggest that you all look at that. That would be what I would think. If we can get these other grants in to get the trail knocked out, I would propose that you start looking at that, and you can still do a land and water conservation fund grant for that. And
For the playground?
For
For the playground?
to create the all-inclusive, I've got some rough concepts utilizing basically what we've got, but actually adding a couple of pieces, one on each end. And then making that all, because you don't have to make all of that. The safety material, you got your safety areas you have to take care of, and then you can put concrete or asphalt walk around the outside of that.
Some kind of mixed
But
use or.
we need to include that and actually carry the connector down to the pavilion. Into the water fountain as well as off to the trail. And to the. I think we've already got one that goes from the parking lot over. But that way we've got connectors to make it truly handicap accessible. We've got to do that.
Yeah,
Chrome rubber is no longer, and well, chrome rubber is. But the wash rock that we have been using like in Old Park is no longer considered an ADA
Okay.
material. It's, I don't know, that may not even be allowed, accepted as a.
Most of it what pour in place, and then Murray's has got like a AstroTurf type material underneath their ADH playground, but
Yeah, they've
use a
always,
pour in place.
you can put the pouring place in, or, and that, I would suggest using the pouring
The rubber
place.
mat type stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
The rubber
you can
mat.
either do that or you can do the tiles, depending on what works best. I'd like to find out a little more about the pouring place as to what its longevity is, because it's
Yeah.
high dollar.
Yeah.
But that seems to be the way they're pushing everything, so.
You can also use that to, like we're talking about buying these pieces, like you can theme those pouring places to be like, oh, this is a lake theme
Yeah.
or whatever we got going
Yeah.
on, so it can all kind of tie into the bigger
yeah,
That's correct.
Yeah.
structures. we're
yeah.
talking
Where are we talking about doing the animals? Do we have an idea of which?
Well,
park
we
or
had
where?
talked about, there was a thought that we might do that down there on the south side of Memorial Park, but I don't know yet.
Oh,
It is a cool space.
Yeah,
With
there's
the
a
neat
space
in there.
down there that could actually be
Yeah,
utilized,
the
for that,
lift
but I
of
don't
that
know.
gravel trail,
Yeah,
that side of the gravel trail.
but like which, I mean, the soccer
South
fields
of
are
the-
here,
the
where,
other side of
Like
the
near Seventh?
pergola,
near
Oh,
Seventh?
yeah,
Yeah.
the back of the pergola, okay.
back towards Seventh, yeah.
Is
Where
that,
the
that's
U12
not,
used to be.
yeah, that's what I was saying, but that's not our land, is it?
Yeah,
We
it's part
bought-
of it.
Part of it, okay.
Yeah, I'd have to show it to you. We didn't get all that we had been utilizing, but we did get the bulk of that right now.
Okay. That would be super cool.
So, I mean, that's an area that we haven't developed yet, and we probably need to think about it. How do you want that to develop?
Mhm. It would be
So-
neat to like have that woodland
Yeah.
animal, you know, and then it's not, it's not super, like not do the super bright colors, but just do some like natural so that
Yeah,
it's
like-
not,
We've got the lake.
yeah.
woodlands,
Catfish
the
Yeah.
lake,
or turkey.
Use the
or something.
lake,
Fish,
yeah,
turtles,
fish, yeah.
We're doing some farming.
That would be really neat.
Sounds good.
And
I
That
think
area
that would be
doesn't,
some-
that area doesn't hold water. At all, does it? So that's like a,
Not really there. That's not
Yeah.
that's not a flood, more like, I've seen water flood there before. But it's more likely to flood down toward Fifth Avenue, down there where the water runs under.
Yeah.
That's the primary area where the flooding it would be
Yeah.
normally. But I have actually seen water, not into the fountain, but I've seen it above cars or in cars down there in the parking lot. So. And it was definitely, it was definitely down full down there at the old park.
Yeah.
Oh,
sure it was.
gosh,
Oh, yeah. Never.
that was insane.
unreal.
Maybe we ought to set up a kayak launch somewhere off Fifth Avenue. down
I
there.
mean, Owen, my son was like, can I take my kayak and just go? And I'm like,
We started to until the kids look. How do you get to say you kayak in the park?
I know, exactly. I like, back to the woodland theme and memorial, I like that because we have always been slow to put anything kid related there because we want it to be like a serene, like type thing, but if you do it right, I feel like it's not gonna take away from that. If that makes sense. And it's
Yeah.
kind of on the other
Well,
side as well.
Unfortunately, I mean, the splash pad took away the serene. I mean, as far as,
Didn't.
well, I mean, when you get down there, the kids are gonna be.
Oh, yeah,
If you're
yeah,
going down there for peace and quiet when the kids are in the splash pad, that ain't gonna happen.
right.
I mean, it's not that it's a bad thing, it
Yeah.
just is, that's
It
what
just
it
what
is.
it
It's a lively location now, yeah.
Yeah, which,
So-
yeah,
Yeah, so. But yeah, something down there, we need to do something down there. It's one of the few places left that we actually have some room to do something.
Has there ever been any
Without-
plans of the grassy spot. That's got the trees back in it to the left of the gravel. I'm just thinking from like a mother with kids or whatever,
Watching
parking's all
soccer,
up front.
yeah, yeah.
you gotta walk them all the way back to behind the
That's
pergola.
true. And you only have that little bit of
But there's
parking
all
on
that-
Seventh.
There's the big grass spot, this side of that. It
Well,
would be up front, be visible from the road.
Unfortunately, that grass area down there doesn't belong to us.
Okay, that's what I was
We've
wondering.
just got a narrow strip along the
Okay.
trail.
I didn't know if we had it.
No, Mr. Greenfield didn't sell that. He just sold us that top slot there. So above from the creek, by that little ditch area, the drainage ditch,
Okay.
north of that. Yeah, it would have been great if we could have done that.
Yeah, because then you can watch soccer and
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Man, they could sit in the car and watch kids.
Yeah, unfortunately, the only thing we can do for parking and down there would be to take something out of down there.
Yeah,
Right.
when everybody coming down Seventh, trying to cram in back there.
Yeah.
yeah. There's not enough parking.
That's one of the reasons
Three
I've
spots or
really
something.
got hesitated about
That's a good.
any more sports down there because that's what brings the volume of cars and you just don't have a lot of room there.
Yeah, you don't.
A lot of them will park up there where the movie hut used to be.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I assume you'll be putting those poles on the new paved spot to keep people from trying to, because some people drive down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The bowler gel, we'll
Yeah.
put them in. Because, that is a trail right off of that,
Mhm.
so. But we're gonna put. The lights will be on the inside of the walking trail there. I think there's. 3 or 4 that goes down that, east side, the long side, and then. From the corner, there's one over on the other corner. Where it ties into the existing trail. And the pergola itself will have special lights in it because it's already there.
Uh-huh.
It won't have a pole light, it'll have lights inside that, so it'll light the pergola up at night.
Well, is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to
Okay.
adjourn.
Cammy makes a motion to adjourn. And will it be a second?
Second.
All in favor, any opposed?
No,
All in favor?
aye.
Aye. Motion to adjourn at, let's see what time. 5:56.
Good
Good
job.
night. 20 minutes.
I know, sometimes
God.
it's quick, sometimes it's not.
Last time it was